which means it's time for the most motivating segment in all of sports. It's also the time where we do a little segment called Viewer Mail before the Bud List. For the year 2023, we get a lot of physical mail. We're still getting letters.
Yeah, I love it.
I sent a Christmas card to the postmaster. Said it was the only one he got.
Really?
Yeah.
LaJoy or the new one?
This is the rare Bud List where we give away give away the punchline before I read the letter. It's like Johnny Carson.
Okay.
Bud List Pizza. Bud List Pizza. Dear Wildes, love the show. My twins, Ryan and Brian, love collaborations and are consistently making Dawn and I log on to Hypebeast to find the latest drops. Have you considered any collaborations for the Bud List? And that's how we got Bud List Pizza that you just saw. So there you go. Congratulations.
Am I going to get to see it?
Well, it just popped up for a second for the audience.
There it
is. And here's some pizza.
Oh,
and we also got a slice of pizza.
Oh, wow.
So there you go. You know, I wouldn't say it's a perfect execution, but like a lot of things in life, we keep it going. Now, on to the Bud
That
List.
photo I love much more than me and somebody else's body on my face with the farmer's outfit.
That was
on.
your
The
body.
cowboy
Thank
outfit.
you.
Oh, God.
Thank
that wasn't
you,
even
Chris.
close. Wasn't even close. All right, let's get to the Bud List. Number 3, we're going to go to football.
Oh.
Lamar Jackson. Now, I heard Lamar talking, I think it was even yesterday, about I'm not going to run as much this season. I'm going to air it out under new offensive coordinator Todd Monken. I got the receivers, OBJ. They just added Nelson Aguilar, Rashad Bateman, the rookie Zay Flowers. They got some speed. And he is ready to air it out. He even said you can only go so far running the football. Wow. That's a heck of a statement from the greatest runner in quarterback history. All right, Lamar, I got to be honest, though. The numbers haven't been great passing the football. The MVP year, outstanding. But since then, the last 3 years, 33 touchdowns, 20 picks in the last 2 years, 63% completion. I need more. Now, I believe in you, because we've talked about you throwing outside the numbers. I think you can do it, but this is the year you have to go out and prove it. Prove that you can throw well enough to win multiple playoff games. Prove that you can throw the football when you have the receivers in the system. Lamar, I believe in you. At number 2, we're going back to the NBA. Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets, playoff Jimmy, you got a chance to make history. All right, the second 8th seed ever to reach the NBA Finals. The first play-in team ever to reach the NBA Finals. Or the first team out of 151 to lose a 3-0 lead and not make the final, not advance. All right, Jimmy, you got to go out there and get it done tonight, okay? I know you still wouldn't be facing elimination if you have to go back home for Game 6. And I know you wouldn't crack under the pressure. What about Caleb? And Duncan? And Max? And all the rest of your undrafted teammates?
My gosh.
Yeah, I said it. All right, you got a bunch of undrafted teammates. All right, Jimmy, look, I was the first on national TV, lest somebody says I'm a hater, to say you are building a Hall of Fame resume. You get to another finals, heck, you win the championship. You're definitely in the Hall of Fame. All right? What better place to really build that resume than Springfield, Massachusetts, just down the road from Boston. Springfield, of course, is the Hall of Fame, where the NBA Hall of Fame is. Boston right down the road. So, Jimmy, look, I'm pulling for the Celtics, but you can get busy tonight. You got some pressure on you, but I do believe in him. I'm going to say I don't believe in the rest of the Heat players. All right, at number 1, sticking with this series, Jaylen Brown. Jaylen, where art thou? I never would have expected this from Jaylen Brown. Jaylen is one of the strongest minded players on and off the court in the league.
That's true.
So I am stunned at 16 points a game, at 39% shooting. Heck, 12% from 3?
Not great.
12% from 3 this series, Jaylen. I am baffled at what's going on. Just weeks after being named second team All-NBA, just weeks before being eligible for the Supermax, just months after being upset and acting like the Celtics are crazy lunatics for engaging in trade talks about you. Jalen, you got to show up, man, and tonight is the night. I do believe in you. I'm picking the Celtics, and I'm picking you to have a big night.
Nice.
Jalen, get it done, my
Let's
man.
go.
That's the buzz.
Seems a little more motivational for Jalen than for Jimmy,
Well-
I gotta say. I just gotta
The
say.
buzz
I like
is
the
what it
list.
is.
I like the list. I'm going to add to the list. I'm not going to preach to this guy. I'm just going to talk just like we're having the conversation because you have a road to plow in front of you that the expectations are great. And that is the great on Patrick Mahomes' top 5 quarterback list, Aaron Rodgers. In the New York Jets. The expectations are high. It's Super Bowl or bust. Your head coach is getting up on podiums telling the world we're one of the 6 to 8 teams that are true Super Bowl contenders. Why? He wasn't saying that last year. It's because you came. You signed that deal. You are the savior. Whether you believe that or not, whether those words come out of your mouth or not, you are the savior to get this team from point A to point B. And point B is Super Bowl or bust. This is the best defense you will have ever had. I can't say ever had because our Super Bowl year that we shared, we had a really good defense. But this will be the second best, if not possibly the best defense you will have had at quarterback. It's all on you. You're playing with the number 17. Remember when you played with one in Green Bay? This kid, all offensive rookie of the year with Mike White and Zach Wilson. Now you're under center. How much greater can you make him? It's been said that you may not be the greatest leader, but you're doing everything that one wants to see you do. You're here for off-season program, OTAs. You're going out with the guys, sitting courtside. You're lounging. You're having fun. Stay healthy, get it done, and let's see if you are the last quarterback standing at the end of the year.
I like it. And look, we talked about top 5 quarterbacks of all time. I think we all agree. If he delivers a Super Bowl for the
no
Jets
doubt.
this year or next year, there's no doubt. he's in
And
top.
might I say, the narrative on Aaron Rodgers may change.
Flip.
It would flip. Absolutely.
All right, I'm
Absolutely.
going back to hoops. I'm going to the Denver Nuggets. And I am putting Jamal Murray on the Butler
Ooh,
list.
interesting.
Because here's the deal. I think Jokic, at this point, all of us would be shocked if he's not somewhere from good to great in these finals. For the second straight series, I believe the X factor, whether it's against the Heat or the Celtics make the miraculous comeback, Celtics, the X factor will be Jamal Murray. And Jamal Murray, it's not so much money on the line, but it's reputation, what he has to gain. In these conference finals, he was 33-6-5 on 50-40-95 splits. In the playoffs, he has been 28-6-6 on 48-40-90 splits. If he keeps up that level of production, the Nuggets will win the title. And then you start, when we did Club Superstar, he was honestly not even really considered for it. He's not in line. He's in the Jalen Brown category of a really good player, but not one of the top, not even in consideration for one of the 15 best in basketball. But we saw what he did his previous healthy postseason when they made the conference finals. He then missed 2 postseasons with injury. If he has 4 straight rounds of excellence and is the Robin on a champion, you start reevaluating his hierarchy within the league and all of that. So for Jamal, and by the way, I do believe in Jamal Murray. I think he's an excellent player who has found a way to become adequate defensively, which is all he needed to do because offensively he's dangerous.
I agree with a lot of what you said. I don't think he should be in the line for Club Superstar yet.
Yep.
But he hasn't even made an All-Star team. A lot of talk about that. Oh, he's not even an All-Star. If they win this series, and if they win the series and he plays well, next year he will be one of those guys. It's like, well, we got to get him in.
Of course.
He's got to make the All-Star team. Maybe some other guys don't. So this will be huge for him.
Brew, I'm going to squeeze in Joe Mazzulla. We only have 60 seconds left. Joe Mazzulla, quick word of advice.
Of course.
There's a lot of people that want to get you fired. You might say, why? Is it because, I don't know, I won more games than my predecessor and was the number 2 seed and had better offensive rating? Is it because I just was almost got swept? None of those reasons. It's just because you don't call timeouts well. I swear to God, that's the only reason. Everybody in the media and that's at home, they don't know what play you're running. They don't. They just know when there's a big run and they're turning to their significant other, say, he should call a timeout, and you don't. It really bothers everybody, and it turns into a fervor, and all of a sudden Brad Stevens is like, oh, geez. He would be the first coach fired after making a conference finals in 10 years, solely on timeout. So, Joe, you did a better job, Game 4. If the Heat go on a big run, man, just call a timeout. Just call timeout and save your job. You're a good coach.
Before you close the segment, can I say, because we haven't seen Greg in a long time, Greg, it's great to have you back.
It is.
Can you stand up and give me a hug?
Absolutely.
Can you stand up? Come on, Greg, get up, buddy.
I don't even want to
Get up.
I don't even want to stand up.
Oh, you don't want to stand up?
I'm not gonna
Okay.
stand up.
I wonder why you don't
Greg
wanna
just
stand
got a
up.
great outfit on. I was
Yeah.
trying to get it on.
I don't want to put anyone to shame. I don't want to put anyone to shame.
Oh, I got you.
Greg is wearing pajamas.
Come here, give me
Oh, you can't see it.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful fit. It's a beautiful fit.
Oh, he just got the cutoff just right. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.